The topic of my talk is misconceptions about Islam. It is the duty of every Muslim to do dawah. Dawah is compulsory upon every Muslim. What is the meaning of the word dawah? Dawah, it is derived from the root word da'wah, which means a call, which means to invite. So when we invite the non-Muslims towards Islam, in Islamic terminology, it is called as da'wah. It is the duty of every Muslim to convey the message of Islam to the non-Muslims, to those who are unaware of it. I started my talk with a quotation from the glorious Quran from Surah An-Nahl, chapter number 16, verse number 125. "Ud'u ila sabili rabbika bil hikmah wal maw'izati al hasana wajadilhum billati hi ahsan." Invite to the way of thy Lord with wisdom and beautiful preachings, and argue with them and reason with them in the ways that are best and most gracious. There are various methodologies of doing da'wah. Some are less effective, others are more effective. One of the most common methodologies used by many Muslims when they are doing da'wah to the non-Muslims is that they speak 100 good points about Islam. Even if the non-Muslim, he agrees with all the 100 good points that have been spoken, yet at the back of his mind, he will have a few negative points. He will say, "I do agree with what you have said, but you are the same Muslim who's a fundamentalist. You are the same Muslim who's a terrorist. You are the people who subjugate the women by keeping them behind the veil. You are the people who spread your religion at the point of the sword." These few negative points at the back of his mind will prevent him from accepting the beauty of Islam. That's the reason when I meet a non-Muslim, what I prefer, I ask him up front, "What do you feel is wrong with Islam?" With the limited knowledge, whether right or wrong, what do you feel is wrong with Islam? And I make him comfortable. And after he's made comfortable, he poses 3 or 4 questions. I make him comfortable that he can attack Islam, he can criticize Islam, he can pose any question regarding Islam. And after he's made comfortable, he poses 3 or 4 questions. There are a set of 20 most common questions asked by non-Muslims regarding Islam. Now these 3 or 4 questions that the non-Muslim poses invariably falls in the 20 most common questions asked by non-Muslims regarding Islam. Every Muslim should be aware to the replies of these 20 most common questions asked by non-Muslims regarding Islam, with reason and logic, with references from the glorious Quran, authentic hadith, and references from other religious scriptures as well. It is better to know the replies of 20 most common questions rather than knowing the replies to 100 uncommon questions. Therefore, every Muslim should know the replies of these 20 most common questions asked by non-Muslims regarding Islam. And these 20 most common questions, they are available online on the website zakirnaik.net. So we should see to it that we are aware to the replies of these 20 most common questions asked by non-Muslims regarding Islam. And these 20 most common questions, they are the same wherever you go. In certain Western countries or in certain countries, there may be additional 1 or 2 questions. For example, why does Islam prohibit the giving and taking of interest? But the remaining questions, they are the same wherever you go. So we should be aware of the replies of these 20 most common questions asked by non-Muslims regarding Islam.